Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Svaparantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakkamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Sagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Kopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य ऋषतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासारि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि बोल. Okay, so today we continue chapter 8, text number 18. Avyakta. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu, you continue, please. I'm so sorry. I'm muting myself.
I read one verse. Then you can continue, Prabhu.
Yes.
Avyaktadyvaktaya sarva prabhavantya har agame ratragame praliyante tatraiva vyakta samgnake. Avyakta from the unmanifest, Vyaktayaha, living entity, Sarvaha, all, Prabhavanti, come into being, Aha Agame, at the beginning of the day, Ratri Agame, at the fall of night, Praliyante, are annihilated, Tatra, there, Eva, certainly, Avyakta, the unmanifest, Samgna, yeah, this is hard word, Samgnake, called translation. When Brahma's day is manifest, this multitude of living entities comes into being, and at the arrival of Brahma's night, they all are annihilated. Purport: the less intelligent jivas try to remain within this material world and are accordingly elevated and degraded in the various planetary systems. During the daytime of Brahma, they exhibit their activities, and at the coming of Brahma's night, they are annihilated. In the day, they receive various bodies for material activities, and at night, these bodies perish. The jiva's individual souls remain compact in the body of Vishnu, and again are manifested at the arrival of Brahma's day. When Brahma's life is finally finished, they are all annihilated and remain unmanifest for millions and millions of years. Finally, when Brahma is born again in another millennium, they are again manifest. In this way, the jivas are captivated by the material world. However, those intelligent beings who take to Krishna consciousness and chant Hare Krishna, Hare Rama in devotional service transfer themselves, even in this life, to the spiritual planet of Krishna and become blissful there, not being subject to such rebirths. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu, now you can continue. Hare Bol.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. भूतग्राम स एवाय भूत्वा भूत्वा प्रलीयते रात्र्या रात्र्यागमेव स पार्थ प्रभव पार्थ प्रभवत्यर्हागमे भूत agam grama, the aggregate of the all living entities. Sa, they, ever certainly, I am this, bhutva, taking birth, pralayate, annihilate, ratri, night, agame, on arrival, avasa, automatically, Partha, a son of Pratha, Prabhavati, Prabhavanti, manifest. Aha, during daytime, Agame, on arrival. Translation. Again and again and again the day comes and this host of beings is active and again the night fell of Pratha and they are helplessly dissolved. Oh, no problem. So, 1 minute. Huh? It's 20. Parat text paras paras tasmatu bhavo न्यो व्यक्तो व्यक्तात् सनातनः याच्छा सर्वेषु भूतेषु ना नास्यात्तसु न विनश्यति para transcendental tasmat from that to but bhava nature bhava nature anya another avyakta unmanifest avyaktat from the unmanifest sanatana eternal yeah that sah which sarvesu all bhutesu manifestation na nas nasyatesu nas nasyastu being annihilated na never vinashyati annihilated. Translation. Yet there is another nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this matter manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated on when all in this world is annihilated, that part remain as it is. Purport. Krishna's superior spiritual energy is transcendental and eternal. It is beyond all the changes of the material nature, which is manifest and annihilated during the days and night of Brahma. Krishna's superior energy is completely opposite in quality to material nature. Superior and inferior nature are explained in the 7th chapter. Text 21. Avyaktu अव्यक्तो अव्यक्तो अव्यक्तोस्र इति उक्तास्तम अहो परमां गतिं यं प्रप्य न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परम मम अव्यक्त unmanifested infallible iti thus ukta said tam that which ahu is known paramam ultimate gatim destination yam that which prapya gaining na never nivartante come back tat dham that abode paramam supreme mama mind. Translation. That supreme abode is called unmanifested and infallible and it is a supreme destination. When one goes there he never come back. That is my supreme abode. Purport. The supreme abode of the personality of Godhead Krishna is described in the Brahma Samhita as Chintamani Dhama, a place where all desire are fulfilled. The supreme abode of the Lord Krishna, known as Goloka Vrindavan, is full of places made of touchstone. There are also trees which are called desire trees that supply any type of the eatable upon demand, and there are no cows known as surbi which supply a limitless supply of milk. In this abode the Lord is served by the hundreds of thousands of goddess of fortune Lakshmi, and he is called Govinda, the primal God, primal Lord, and the cause of all this. The Lord is accustomed to blow his flute, Venum Quantum. Transcendental form is the most attractive in all the world. His eyes are like the lotus petals, and the color of his body like clouds. He is so attractive that beauty excel that the hand of he wears saffron cloth, a garland around his neck, and a peacock feather in his hair. In in the Gita,
In the Gita, Lord Krishna gives only a small hint of his personal abode, Goloka Vrindavan, which is the supermost planet in the spiritual kingdom. A vivid description is given in the Brahma Samhita. Vedic literature states that there is nothing superior to the abode of the Supreme Godhead, and that the abode is the ultimate destination. When one attains to it, he never returns to the material world. Krishna's supreme abode and Krishna himself are non-different, being of the same quality. On this earth, Vrindavan, 90 miles southeast of Delhi, is a replica of that supreme Goloka Vrindavan, located in the spiritual sky. When Krishna descends on this earth, he is ported on that particular tract of land known as Vrindavan in the district of Mathura, India.
yeah, give me. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Can you hear me, Prabhu? Sorry, this internet disturbs.
Yes, Prabhu, no problem. You can read this next one.
Yeah, I'm completing this, Prabhu.
I completed it, so you can start with new one.
Oh, sorry. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Continue then. Sorry.
Okay, does anyone else want to read the next text?
Prabhu, may I can
Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhu.
Purusha Sapara Prapta Bhaktya Labhyastu Anantyaya Yasyantastani Bhutani Yena Sarvam Idam Tatam Purusaha, the Supreme Personality, Saha, He, Paraha, the Supreme, then whom one Tahan, than whom no one is greater. Varta, O son of Partha, 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 Bhaktya, by devotional service, Labhya, can be achieved too, but Ananya, Anyaya, unalloyed, undeviating devotion, Yasya, is Antyasantini, between, sorry, within, sorry. Bhutani, all this material manifestation, Yena, by whom, Sarvam, all, Idam, whatever we can see, Tatam, distributed. Translation: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, it is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in the is small obnoid, he is all prevailing, and everything is situated within him. Purport: it is here clearly stated that the supreme destination from which there is no return is the abode of Krishna, the supreme personal person. The Brahma Samhita describes this the supreme abode as Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, a place where everything is full of spiritual bliss, whatever variegatedness is manifest. There is all of the quality of spiritual bliss. There is nothing material. All variegatedness is expanded as the spiritual expansion of the Supreme Godhead Himself. For the manifestation, there is totally of the spiritual energy, as explained in the chapter 7. As far as this material world is concerned, although the Lord is always in His supreme abode. He is nonetheless all prevailing by His material energy. So, by His spiritual and material energy, He is present everywhere, both in the material and in the spiritual and universes. Yasyantastani means that everything is sustained by him, wherever it be spiritual or material energy. It is clearly stated here that only by bhakti or devotion service can one enter into the Vaikuntha spiritual planetary system. In all the Vaikunthas, there is only one supreme Godhead, Krishna, who has expanded himself into millions and millions of planetary expansions. These planetary expansions are forearmed, and they preside over the innumerable spiritual planets. They are known by a variety of names: Purushottama, Trivikrama, Keshava, Madhava, Aniruddha, Rishikesha, Sankarasana, Sankarasana, Pradyumna, Sridhara, Vasudeva, Damodara, Janardana, Narayana, Vamana, Padmanabha, etc. These planetary expansions are likened unto leaves of a tree, and the main tree is likened to Krishna. Krishna dwelling in Goloka, Vrindavan, his supreme Lord, systematically conducts all affairs of both universe, material and spiritual, without a flaw by power of his all prevences. Thisness. Very good. Who wants to continue?
Thank you, Prabhu. Who's next? Varun Prabhu, Aero Prabhu, Sujay Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
यात्रा कले यात्रे यात्रा कले तव अनावृत्तिम अवृत्तिम चैव योगिना प्रयतात्यन्ति तं कलं वक्ष्यामि वक्ष्यामि भरतवर्षभ. Yatra in that kale time to but anavritim vritim no return avritim return cha also eva certainly yoginah of different kind of mystic prayatah one who goes yanti departs tam that kalam time vakshyami describing bharatvarshava o best of the bharata. Translation: O best of the Bharatas, I shall now explain to you the different time at which passing away from this world one does or does not come back. Purport: The and the unalloyed devotees of the Supreme Lord who are totally surrendered soul do not care when they leave their bodies or by what method. They leave with everything in Krishna's hand and so easily and happily return to Godhead. But those who are not alone, loyal devotee and who depend instead on such a method of spiritual realization as karma yoga, jnana yoga, hatha yoga, etc., must leave the body at the suitable time and thereby be assured wherever you not they will return to the world of birth and death. If the yogi is perfect, he can select a time and place for living his material world. But if he is not too perfect, then he has to live at nature will. The most suitable time to leave the body and not return is being explained by the Lord in the verses. According to Acharya Baladev Vidyabhushan, the Sanskrit word kala use herein refer to the preceding deity of time. Agnir, can I this is also prove?
Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhu.
Agnir Jyotir Ahaya Shuklaha Sanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayatta Gachanti Brahma Vidojana. Those who know, Agni, fire, Jyoti, light, Ahaya, day, Suklaha white, Sat Mashaha 6 month, Uttarayanam when the sun passes on the northern side, Tatra there, Praitha one who was Kuchanti passes away, Brahma the absolute, Brahma Vidha one who know the absolute Janaha person. Translation: those who know the supreme Brahma pass away from the world during the influence of the fiery god in light, and an auspicious moment during the fortnight of the moon and the 6 month when the sun travels in the north. When fire, light, day, and moon are mentioned, it is to be understood that over all of them there are various preceding deities who makes arrangement for the passage of the soul at the time of death. The jiva set forth on the path to a new life if one leave the body at the time of this designated above, either accidentally or by arrangement. It is possible for him to attain the impersonal Brahmajyoti. Mystics who are advanced in yoga practice can arrange the time and place to leave the body. Others have no control. If by accident they leave at an auspicious moment, then they will not return into the cycle of birth and death. But if not, then there is every possibility that they will have to return. However, for the pure devotee in Krishna consciousness, there is no fear of returning. Whether he leaves the body at an auspicious or inauspicious moment by accident or arrangement. Hare
Hare Krishna. Okay, who's next? Okay, I can also read one. धूमरात्रिस्तथा कृष्ण सन्मासा दक्षिणायनं तत्र चान्द्रमासं ज्योतिर्योगी प्राप्य निवर्तते धूमः smoke ratrihi night tata also Krishnaha the fortnight of dark moon. Satmasaha the 6 months Dakshina ayanam when the sun passes on the southern side. Tatra there Chandramasam the moon planet Jyoti light Yogi the mystic Prapya achieves Nivartate comes back. Translation: the mystic who passes away from this world during the smoke, the night, the moonless fortnight, or in the 6 months when the sun passes the south, or who reaches the moon planet again comes back. Here it is said that one who reaches the moon planet comes back directly. But what does mean during the smoke? Purport. In the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we are informed that those who are expert in fruitive activities and sacrificial methods on earth attain to the moon at death. These elevated souls live on the moon for about 10,000 years by demigod calculations and enjoy life by drinking somarasa. They eventually return to earth. This means that on the moon there are higher classes of living beings, though they may not be perceived by the gross senses. शुक्ला कृष्णे गतिह्येते जगतः सस्वते मते एकाया यच्च अनावृत्तिम् अन्याया वर्तते पुनः. Shukla light, Krishna darkness, Gati passing away. He certainly ete all these Jagata on of the material world, Sasvate the Vedas, Mate in the opinion, Ekaya by one yati goes, anavrittim no return, anyaya by the other, avartate comes back, punaha again. Translation: according to the Vedas, there are two ways of passing from this world, one in light and one in darkness. When one passes in light, he does not come back, but when he passes in darkness, he returns. The same descriptions of departure and return is quoted by Acharya Baladeva Vidyabhushana from the Chandogya Upanishad. In such a way, those who are fruitive laborers and philosophical speculators from time immemorial are constantly going and coming. Actually, they do not attain ultimate salvation, for they do not surrender to Krishna. Naite sriti partagjanan yogi muhyati kaschana tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhavarjuna. Na, never. Ite, all these, Shriti, different paths, Partha, son of Pratakya, none, even if they know, Yogi, the devotees of the Lord, Muhyati, bewildered, Kaschana, anyone, Tasma, therefore, Sarvesu Kaleshu, always, Yoga Yuktaha, being engaged in Krishna consciousness, Bhava, just become, Arjuna, O Arjuna. Translation: the devotees who know these two paths, O Arjuna, are never bewildered, therefore be always fixed in devotion. Purport: Krishna is here advising Arjuna that he should not be disturbed by the different paths the soul can take when leaving the material world. A devotee of the Supreme Lord should not worry whether he will depart either by arrangement or by accident. The devotee should be firmly established in Krishna consciousness and chant Hare Krishna. He should know that concern over either of these two paths is troublesome. The best way to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness is to be always docile in his service, and this will make one's path to the spiritual kingdom safe, certain, and direct. The word yoga yukta is especially significant in this verse. One who is firm in yoga is constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness in all his activities. Sri Rupa Goswami advises that one should be unattached in the material world and that all affairs should be steeped in Krishna consciousness. In this way, one attains perfection. Therefore, the devotee is not disturbed by these descriptions because he knows that his passage to the supreme abode is guaranteed by devotional service. Okay, one more. वेदेषु जज्ञेषु तपासु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं प्रदिष्टम् अद्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानम् उपैति चाद्यम्. Vedeshu, in the study of the Vedas, Yagneshu, in the performance of Yagna, sacrifice, Tapashu, undergoing different types of austerities, Cha also, Eva, certainly, Daneshu, in giving charities, Yat, that which, Punyapalam, the result of pious work, Paradishtam, directed, Atyati, surpasses, Tat, all those, Sarvamidam, all those direct described above, Viditva, knowing, Yogi, the devotee, Param, supreme, Stanam, abode, Upaiti, achieved, peace, Cha, also, Adyam, original. Translation: a person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing austere sacrifices, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. At the end, he reaches the supreme abode. Purport: this verse is summation of the 7th and 8th chapters, particularly as the chapter deal with Krishna consciousness and devotional service. One has to study the Vedas under the guidance of the spiritual master and undergo many austerities and penances while living under his care. A brahmachari has to live in the home of the spiritual master, just like a servant, and he must beg alms from door to door and bring them to the spiritual master. He takes food only under the master's order, and if the master neglects to call the student for food that day, the student fasts. These are some of the Vedic principles for observing brahmacharya. After the student studies the Vedas under the master for a period from 5 to 20 years, he may become a man of perfect character. Study of the Vedas is not meant for the recreation of armchair speculators, but for the formation of character. After this training, the brahmachari is allowed to enter into the household life and marry. When he is a householder, he also has to perform many sacrifices and strive for further enlightenment. Then, after retiring from household life, upon accepting the order of Vanaprastha, he undergoes severe penances, such as living in a forest, dressing with tree bark, not shaving, etc. By carrying out the orders of Brahmachari, householder, Vanaprastha, and finally Sannyas, one becomes elevated to the perfectional stage of life. Some are then elevated to the heavenly kingdoms, and when they become even more advanced they are liberated in the spiritual sky, either in the impersonal Brahma Jyoti or in the Vaikuntha planets or Krishna Loka. This is the path outlined by Vedic literatures. The beauty of Krishna consciousness, however, is that by one stroke, by engaging in devotional service, one can surpass all rituals of the different orders of life. One should try to understand the 7th and 8th chapters of the Gita by not by one should try to understand the 7th and 8th chapters of the Gita not by scholarship or mental speculation, but by hearing them in association with pure devotees. Chapters 6 through 12 are the essence of the Gita. If one is fortunate to understand the Gita, especially these middle 6 chapters, in the association of devotees, then his life at once becomes glorified beyond all penances, sacrifices, charities, speculations, etc. One should hear the Gita from the devotee because at the beginning of the 4th chapter it is stated that the Gita can only be perfectly understood by devotees. Hearing the Gita from devotees, not from mental speculators, is called faith. Through association of devotees, one is placed in devotional service, and by this service, Krishna's activities from pastimes, name, etc., become clear, and all misgivings are dispelled. Then once doubts are removed, the study of the Gita becomes extremely pleasurable, and one develops a taste and feeling for Krishna consciousness. In the advanced stage, one falls completely in love with Krishna, and that is the beginning of the highest perfectional stage of life, which prepares the devotee's transferal to Krishna's abode in the spiritual sky, Goloka Vrindavan, where the devotee enters into the eternal happiness.
Haribo.
The Santa Bhaktivedanta purport of the 8th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of attaining the Supreme.
Haribo.
Okay, we can continue from this chapter tomorrow, maybe, because it's Ekadashi, so it's better to sleep early today. Okay, 6 Astakam prayers. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam Shreyah kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamritasvadanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam.
नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ते तत्रार्पितानि अपि न स्मरणेन कालाये तादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि हृद्दैवं विदृशं हैजिनी अनुग्रह
त्रिनादपि स्नीचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरि
वदनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वजगाति शकामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरयितु किद्वै
अनिनन्दनतनुजकिङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे बहु बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजा स्थित धूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया
नयनं गलदश्रुधारय वदनं गद्गदहृदया गिरा पुलकनिशितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति
युगायितं निमीचेन चक्षुषा प्रविशयितं शून्यायितं जगत् सर्वं गोविन्दवीरये नमे
अशिश्ला आश्लिष्य वापदा रतं विनष्टु माम् अदर्शनानं मर्म हतं करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथ स तु एव न प्रह
Lord, the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and those you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Word in the humble state of mind, taking oneself lower than the stray in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and they should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of the mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful woman, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Ananda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
O my Lord, where will my eyes be decorated with tears of the love flowing constantly when we chant your holy name? When will my voice choke it? And when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, feeling our separation, some considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna has my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally.
हरि बोल श्री श्री
Haribo,
कृष्ण की जय
Jai,
की जय पंचतत्व
Jai,
की जय नित्यानंद प्रभु की
Jai,
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
Jai,
महाप्रभु की जय शिला प्रभुपद
Jai,
की जय जय गौर
Jai.
हरि
Hari Hari
बोल
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.